From Amsel Entertainment and directed by Jeff Leroy, who would go on to make the Giantess Attack films, Creepies is a 2003 movie about giant spiders, and right off the bat we are shown the bad CG spiders that we will be getting, coupled with physical sets and explosions. We also see a wobbly spider puppet thrown at the Hollywood sign. This is all in the first few minutes before the title card, which, at least to me, was fairly attention grabbing, but more importantly lets the viewers know what to expect. Anyways, that was in the future. Our story starts with these two soldiers who lose a spider, and then one has a spider hatch out of his back, which great use of sound effects to help with the body horror. Actually a pretty effective scene. During this event, more creepy crawlers are set free. Later, a separate group of soldiers find the base to be covered in cobwebs with no survivors to be found. They do, however, soon come face to face with a giant spider. The other side of the story is a girl band named the Bare Naked Barbies who are going to record some songs at a studio that has the base's missing spider container, which opens up to release more Creepies, of course. The small Creepies can combine, which is how the film explains the giant spiders. Good enough explanation for me. Like I mentioned before, there's a lot of bad effects, most of them being CG but not all. Also goes to show that bad effects aren't solely responsible for a bad film, as Creepies was fairly entertaining. Plus, none of the effects are like shoved in our face for a long shot or anything. Plus, there's a lot of miniature work, and it's not up to the Godzillas or Gameras, but they're fairly good. Lots of charm. Plus, they have the set, plus background and foreground, so it feels proper. Filmmakers really went out of their way to give us miniature city scenes that seem fleshed out. Explosions are satisfying. Body horror stuff is always elevated by the great sound effects. Bug killing montage to what I'm assuming is supposed to be a Bare Naked Barbie song is fun. Always down for some exploding heads. Acting isn't always the greatest, but I do want to give props to some of these actors giving some of these goofy lines with a straight face.
The only suspicious noise around here are the farts in your pants.
Yeah, well, before you pat yourself on the back, I remind you that we got a spider the size of J-Lo's ass in Hollywood.
The scene editing is pretty overconfident, almost constantly switching between multiple shots and scenes, which does help the pacing, but sometimes things and audio seem to get cut off. This isn't a pro or a con, but the bugs can talk to each other. Just thought I'd mention that. Oh, and Ron Jeremy is here briefly to get killed. There's some action fatigue near the middle, where it's just a lot of missing the spider and blowing the city up while nothing story-wise is really progressing. The ending features a humanoid bug, but still feels anticlimactic compared to the giant spider surrounded by the exploding cityscape we saw earlier. Creepies is fun enough if you set your expectations low and you're into giant spider movies like Big Ass Spider or Eight-Legged Freaks. More so in line with Big Ass Spider than the latter. Honestly, Creepies does overstay its welcome a bit, but this is the type of movie you'd find in the dollar bin, and if I did, I'd be glad. Well, my copy says $4.99, but still. Bare Naked Barbies rule. Thanks for watching.